Hey guys, so today I want to make a joystick for this little Raspberry Pi Pico RP2040. Let me show you how it works. We just plug him in, go to your boards manager. You have to have installed this one first. So go to your boards manager, search for Pico, and you want the Arduino Mbed OS RP2040 boards. Make sure you've installed that. Close. And just pick it from the boards here, just like that. And then you need to go and get my library, which I've got all the links downstairs. But you see it's GitLab, Realrobots, Pico gamepad. When you've got that, drag him out of there, rename the folder to Pico gamepad, get rid of that -master. And that's got to go in your Documents Arduino Libraries folder. So just drop him in there. That's it. So now it's included in your Arduino libraries. And I've got a little example in there you can use. But for Arduino to see it, you got to just restart Arduino. Then you can go to Examples, scroll down, find Pico gamepad. There it is. And use the example Pico gamepad. And here it is. Here's the little example. It just sets your X and Y inputs and shows you how to use the buttons. I'm just going to upload that now. Might take a little while to upload, especially the first time. Compiling seems to take a while. So then you can open it up in the Windows USB tester, and you can see I've not got anything plugged into it. That's just a bit of noise on the pin. You can see if I touch it, it's sort of getting a bit of noise just from the capacitance of my finger. So there, it's a joystick now. So let's actually add some inputs to it. So if you know how to do this already, I'm sure you can skip this part, but I'll go through it for those who aren't in the know. Oh, this breadboard's a bit old. So I've got a few different inputs here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the power and ground into my breadboard. I'm going to connect power and ground for this little potentiometer, and that middle pin is a signal, and we're going to run that back to pin 26, plug the USB in, and you can see here I've got pin mode 26 set to input, and we read it into this value. And I map it from its 0 to 1023 to a much bigger HID level range. And we're doing the same thing for Y, but ignore that for now. So after I upload, I haven't uploaded yet. Oops. Now, I've actually done something wrong there, if anyone noticed. I put it in the wrong pin. I actually had that in the run pin. Or the ground pin, maybe? No, the run one. So move it to 26. One thing with the Pico, they don't put the labels on the top. I should have mounted this upside down. And there we go. Now it works when you put it in the right pin. You can see the Y there still getting a bit of noise. But X is working on this nice little pot. So let's now bridge ground across my breadboard. And I'm going to plug in this push button. So it goes to ground. And then the other pin goes to pin number 16, which is just a regular digital pin. We don't need an ADC pin for this. You can see that's pin number 16. So here on the example, I'm using pin 28 for the button. So I'm going to change that to 16. Make sure it's input pull up, not just input, and change it there as well. So I'm setting button 0 to whatever pin 16 is. And there you go. Now we have a joystick with one axis and one button. Alright, so now I've got my toggle switch. The middle will go to ground, and then my two outer pins, which will be, this works sort of, it'll be a button to the left and a button to the right. And I'm plugging it into pins 14 and 15. So I'll have to actually add these. So rather than just put them all in as numbers, we're going to be a bit smarter now and define the pin numbers up the top. So let's go pin button 1 or pin button 0. Let's start at 0 like programmers. So pin button 0 is 26. Sorry, 16. And then we'll just go, and everywhere I wrote in 16, we'll put in that variable instead. And let's do that for buttons 1 and 2 as well. So what was it? It was 14 and 15. And then we add another pin mode line for each of those. So buttons 1 and 2 are also set to input pull up. And then we'll just copy the set button lines for buttons 1 and 2 for pins 1 and 2. And what have I done? Pin button 1 is not defined. Whoops, I went 0, 2, 3. It should be 0, 1, 2 for the pin button defines. So we're uploading, and button 3 is working, and when I switch, button 2 is not. So what's going on there? Have I got a loose wire? I found just pin 14 wasn't working for me. I'm not sure why, so I just shifted that one up to a different pin, moved it to pin 11. Let's try now. Yeah, much better. Yeah, not sure what that was with pin 14. It must be, yeah, who knows. Alright, so now we've got a toggle switch and a push button. Let's connect our thumbstick, which is basically 2 potentiometers and a push button. And you can see ground 5 volts, VRX, VRY, and switch is the pinout for that. So I'm going to connect the ground, connect the 5 volts, and I'm going to connect the X, Y axes to my pins 28 and 27, which are ADCs, but the button is going to go to a different pin. What do I put that on? Pin 10, I think. So for the button, we'll just define another pin button. We'll call it button number 4. And don't forget, that's got to be pin number 10. And we repeat the pin mode for pin button 3. Still input pull up. And now we need to add our ADCs, our analog to digital pins for our analog inputs. So let's do what we did with the pin buttons. So define pin X, that's 27, and we'll just repeat that for Y, and pin 28, and Z. There's other analog inputs you can choose, the sliders or the rotational axes, but we're just using X, Y, and Z today. And they all need to have the pin mode set. Now these ones don't need to be input pull up, they're just input. And I'll get rid of that X one, and we'll just repeat this one. So we read it, we read the pin, then we map it to the correct range, and then we set the value. So we'll set that for X, repeat for Y. So just change every X to a Y, and same thing for Z. Sorry, I've set that for slider 0, not for Z. You could also do Z. And I'll just add that 4th button. Alright, let's give it a try. And that's working, X and Y. Push button, yep, button 4 is going in. And the slider is moving up and down. That button's still working. So yeah, we've got a decent little game controller now. And of course you can mix and match these. You've got a lot more buttons you can add. You can put in hats as well, which works similar to buttons. In fact, let's change our toggle switch to a hat, which is more like how a hat works, because it can only be left or right. So let's go, and you can see it's just set hat and the number of the hat and which direction. So I'm just going to, for this one, the logic's a bit more complicated. We're going to record the direction, and 8 is centered. I'm going to go if button 1 is down, then hat 0's direction will be 6, which is west, I think. And if it's not, or you could check the other button, it'll be direction number 2, which is east. There, and then we just set that hat 0 to that direction. And I just set that variable wrong, it should be pin button. And there we go. So now the hat can be that way or that way. And that's how hats work. They're like a switch with one common ground. Usually they have 4 or 8 directions instead of 2 though. Now, you can also make something more complicated like this. You don't have to have it on a breadboard. I'll put the Thingiverse link for this little construction that you can 3D print yourself. And yeah, you can see it's just the thumbstick, a bunch of buttons. It's nothing we haven't just learned how to do. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you get some good use out of this.